Hello friends, are you finding that this is something that is super frustrating for you? Is that you know a lot of information about healthy exercise and attuned eating, or even if you're really new to this is something that's really common, is that we do expect ourselves to be able to heal our relationship with food and have a better body image and learn to do non-excessive movement, but we're trying to do it from the same kind of thinking and the same kind of priorities and schedule that we had when we were still restricting or binging or purging or whatever. And so my name's Tracy Brown. I'm a somatic dietitian if you don't know. And in this video, we're going to talk more about priorities. And we're going to break it down into small steps all throughout the week. But today is kind of our summary video of what I want you to start be thinking about and what I want you to start exploring. So number one is that if we try to make a radical change in our neurobiology, which is learning to eat from hunger and fullness, to feel safer in our bodies, to have a variety of food around, we are really going to have to shift some of the ways in which we spend our time. And really all that means is that we need more space to get clear, to slow down. And that's really, really hard. If our whole lives are spent around either ignoring ourselves, taking care of ourselves, over-functioning, overworking, in general, kind of overdoing everything else and underdoing checking in with ourselves. And so today, this is going to be a really short video because I want you to be thinking about your life. I want you to do, and this is something that people often do in the business world, but I want you to be thinking about it for your recovery efforts. Is take a sheet of paper, and maybe you're running off to do your life this morning and you don't have time to do this right now, but I want you to do it tonight. And so I would love to see you, if you watch this video, put an emoji below that you did this. So come back around to this video if you can remember and put an emoji that you did this. Take a sheet of paper. Doesn't have to be fancy. I was looking for notebook paper. Yeah. Just take a little notebook. See your sheet of paper. And for one day, I just want you to take a second and write out where you spend your time. And if you really want to get detailed about it, what you spend your time doing. So if it's you wake up out of bed, and let's say one of your goals is to get more, just feel less rushed and pushed in the morning and to have a more satisfying breakfast, let's say. But if you make your list and you write down, okay, so 6 to 7, I'm doing other things, or it's work-related stuff that can wait or not, instead of taking time to lay in your bed and feel how the bed supports you and make a good breakfast that you'd like, but you're not spending time doing that, even though there is time, you're going to start to see where maybe you just have patterns. Maybe it feels scary to do something different even though you want to. And you could talk in your sentence here about how come that's true? How come I don't take the time for that? And so that's something I want you to think about, is get a sheet of paper out and write down per hour what it is you spend your time doing and thinking about. And if it doesn't include, and not every second of our day needs to be about us and our intuitive efforts, but I think that we can find the time and make the time more for our becoming. And I know I fall prey to this too, by the way. I do these exercises probably every 3 to 6 months. It's just if I'm kind of internally feeling like I don't have time, or I don't know how, or there's something that's important to me that is not progressing, okay, I'll look at it, especially if my reasoning is gosh, if I had more time. So I'll write down how I spend my time, and I can always find that I spend 10, 15, 30 minutes scrolling more on social media than I probably need to be, or I'm probably doing something, or I might be doing something that is important but isn't necessary that moment, or we can always, now it's not always true, but we have to do the best we can as well. So I just want y'all to be thinking about and where you're spending your time. If you're saying I really want to have more regular meals, I really want to have more variety, and so be making a list today of well, is there actually time in my day for those things? If something that's less of a priority for me or less important is taking up the time and space. And it doesn't always have to be something like that we're maybe wasting time on. It could be just fear. They were fearful and we're using other activities to distract us. Make note of that if you can catch it. So because in the next video, we're going to talk about how to create more of your day in a more recovery-minded kind of way. Because people often ask me, Tracy, like, how did you get to where you are, like fully recovered, and what do you have to do? And I said, I made some really hard choices about how I spent my time and who I spent my time with and what I exposed myself to. And there wasn't social media in 1996 when I started this process. So, I probably actually had less distractions, but I still had to really be very focused because it's easy to get distracted with what everybody else is doing. And so we're going to talk more about that on Wednesday's video. It's going to be a really powerful video about oftentimes making some hard choices that get you to where the level of recovery you want to be at. Okay, so I know it's not all just on our own willpower. We're going to talk about support as well in Friday's video. So thank you all so much for watching. You do have some homework. I would love to hear, you don't have to tell me exactly what you came up with. I would love to hear about it if you want to share, but please at least put an emoji below like, yep, I did the assignment. I noticed some really interesting things about how I spend my time that I could use towards more nurturing of myself. All right, well, thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing more about the results of that for you. If you need some more help, please feel free to email me at tracybrownrd@gmail.com just to chat through where you're getting stuck if you'd like to. So, all right, thank you all so much for watching. Bye for now.